What's up, everybody? We are here for a special segment, Spotlight On. It's about to go down. We're talking everything relevant TV. It's about to go down. Let's go. Let's get it.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Bust down, bust it, bust down.
I made a great decision.
Where's the lights at? Where's the lights at? Come on, Jeff, give us the light. Hey, down the bottom. It's okay, it's okay. We got him on the bottom. We got him on the bottom. We got him on the bottom. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Lim Gonzalez here, and we're here for a special Spotlight On. It's crazy in the studio because I have so many guests. We have some guests that are just waiting to come on. That's how many guests we have today for this special segment, Spotlight On. We're talking everything relevant TV. Right next to me, the man, the myth, the legend, he is here. Joe is here. What up, Joe? What up, Joe?
Hi, everybody.
What up, Joe? We're going to talk to him a lot, but I'm not here by myself. The studio is full. We even got a cameraman. You can't even see them. That's how lit it is right now. It's going down. Next to me, he's been here before. You've seen him, and you love him. Ethan's in the building. E-Money. What up, E-Money? E-Money. E-Money.
Money in the
Watch the
building.
music. Watch the music. You know. And can't forget about my man, also at the table, at the round table, half round table. Andre's in the building. Andre. Yeah. And I'm gonna move on over to the couch area.
Here's where it gets interesting.
It gets really interesting. It gets extremely interesting right here.
We've actually
because-
seen this before.
Right. We've seen this before a lot of times. So we have this trifecta, if we would call it. But I'm gonna start over here. We have the incomparable, the lovely Dee Dee in the building. Diandra. Yeah.
For having me.
Yes, absolutely. First time in the studio.
Last time it was
Super excited. I know, right? First time in the studio. Also, first time in the studio. My man in the middle, always. Malcolm in the building. Yeah.
Stop.
And
really.
no stranger to AfterBuzz, but she's always welcome here because she's the bomb. Nurys is in the building. Yes. Yes. So, everyone's like, why is all these people here? Like, what's going on? This is crazy. So I'm gonna divert to my man Joe. We do have some people in the live chat. It's about to get crazy, so I might field some questions from there. But Joe, I'm gonna kick it off with you. Let's talk about this relevant TV. This is why we're all here. This is the main thing. I want to talk about relevant TV. How did you get started with this? Why did you do this? What's going on?
So basically, it all started in the Are You the One house back in New Orleans when everybody thought they were better than me and Ethan. We were like, fuck all of you. Oh, can I say that?
Yeah.
I can say the fuck word?
Yeah, you can. You already
so
did.
We were in the loser boat. And we were just like, when we get out in the real world, y'all are going to wish you were hanging out with us. And then as it got later in the season, we all got closer. And I was like, but really, though, come to my house. We're going to have a party. I really just wanted to whoop everyone who had been beating me all season in basketball in my pool. And so next thing I know, we have 25 people booking flights to Portland. And I was like, and my friend at home, Zach, was like, dude, you should be getting paid for this. Like, you should be making money, getting free clubs, bottles, all that, and like filming it. And so he actually put up most of the money to get like a little volunteer, mostly camera crew, to get like a mansion for everybody to stay in, to get club appearances and do meet and greets and all that kind of stuff. And pretty much everyone, except for like a close group of people, most of whom are here, thought it was going to flop and thought it was just a dumb idea. And the thing is, because the camera crew was all just my friends who basically thought they were coming to shoot a music video, the footage was ass. Like, we had nothing we could use, no storyline or anything. So after that, I was like, fuck it, maybe we should just throw parties for fun. And then Chelsko, who's not here right now, had a friend who wanted to invest money into it, and he just came up with like tens of thousands of dollars and another house. And I was like, fuck, like, let's do it again.
How could you not?
Okay, try it again.
So then we brought everybody out to Connecticut and flew a camera crew out there and was like, okay, let's get the real show going this time. Camera guy we hired, Chelsko paid him up front, so he got shitty footage and then never even gave it to us. So it basically fell on its face again. And then me and Andre were talking, and he was like, let's do this one more time, and let's do it right. Let's do it at his house in L.A.
Yeah,
let's
the
get
on our own compound.
Yeah, big shout out to On Our Own for letting us use their location and all of that.
Of course.
And then we got like a real ass camera crew. One of Malcolm's boys has been a big help to us.
Shout out Matt. Shout out Matt Allen. Matt Allen came all the way from Palm Beach.
Yeah, he'd be flying at wherever we are from Florida just to hang out, film. He was out there tattooing us.
Oh yeah, tattoo artist, photographer,
I
videographer.
got a tattoo too.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
So this is the second time we've had a tattoo artist at the party.
At the party. Now, which party is this?
This is the one here in LA.
This is the one here in LA.
And then the one in Portland, we also have my buddy Philip tattooing poolside. It's been great, the whole thing.
Okay.
And these people are really the ones who like make it possible, and it makes me feel like the real MTV Gatsby having you guys all actually come out. But it really couldn't happen without you guys.
We love you. Couldn't happen without you though. Without you.
Yeah, we're here supporting
It's all love.
So Ethan, you're at the table. Tell me how you fit into this mix.
That's a really good question. I just kind of whatever Joe needs me to do. Like if Joe needs me to go get propane at CVS, I'm there. You know, if Joe needs somebody to like inflate his ego and talk about how cool he is, I'm there. No, well, and then I just mainly help with editing and post production because I kind of like work in television. So and I'm like. I have experience interviewing people, so
he's working on getting my mom on Worst Cooks in America right now.
Oh wow!
Yeah, okay, absolutely, super dope. And basically, I had to like do the awkward thing of like this guy who kind of screwed us over with the footage. We basically said, look, if you don't turn a product with the footage that we got in Connecticut, then you have to give us $2,500 back. So after we threatened him, then I had to like sit in a room with him,
his hand.
Yeah, and edit it, and it's because these people are like. I didn't think that being a reality TV star was required any talent, but it actually does, and not everybody could do it. And after interviewing these people, they have the it factor, you know?
Absolutely.
Everybody, so.
Right.
Appreciate you, E.
So Andre, he had mentioned to you where you kind of came in, you had that. Now is this? Correct me if I'm wrong, but you just had a New Year's party, and is this where the party that Andre came in? Okay, so tell me how you came into this mix. You know, making sure and getting the situation for what happened this past weekend.
For sure. I mean, even before like this past weekend, when I was on X on the Beach with Joe, is when he kind of brought up to me and he was like, "Yeah, we should definitely do this and all that. It would be a great idea." And then he was like talking about the Portland thing and pool basketball and shit like that. And I was
How'd
like,
that go, by the way?
Cool. Actually, I did lose, but that's not the big point here.
We all
Joe's
lost.
mother, you know, the one woman that's been in his life his whole life. She looked me in my face and said, "You know, I haven't seen anybody give Joe a real run for his money like that before until you came along." And I'm like, you know, I took that with a little bit of consideration. I was happy to hear that from her. So.
And this is pool basketball.
That's pool basketball in Portland, but he did win and whatever.
Okay.
Joe is really that guy at pool basketball, so let him hold that trophy.
Only when he's pushing off the wall and like cheating.
Yeah.
I mean, it's his pool. He grew up in since he was.
Can you touch the wall in arena football? It's part of the arena. It's part of the game.
Right.
But you didn't tell us that.
But anyways, back to the question though. Like this weekend, my guys and I have a house out here in LA, and Joe was just like, you know, let's just give it one more shot. Let's try and do it with New Year's and let's see what we can do. And I'm like, all right, well, we definitely have a location for it. We'll help do whatever we pretty much can. Obviously, I'll do whatever I gotta do for Joe, just like Ethan will and all that stuff like that. So when Joe said this what's happening, I was like, all right, well, let me do what I can to make it happen. And the guys that I live with, you know, some of them even left town to make sure that we opened up a room for people to be able to be at the house this weekend, stuff like that. So, I mean, it was just a lot of people doing a lot of things to make everything come together.
Now, going back to you, Joe, you mentioned basically that up until this point, like a lot of the footage you haven't been able to use, but you do have stuff on YouTube. Like your site is going. You also you have thousands of followers already on the YouTube channel. You were able to save some of the footage and actually put it up. Correct?
So what happened was it was amazing. The reaction we got kind of almost overnight. We got we went up to 17,000 subscribers, 16.5, whatever it is. With just this dog shit footage, a lot of which came off of our iPhones. We were like looking at our camera crew, like, what are you doing? You're just getting drunk, hitting on the girls.
Right.
And so me and Ethan would pull our phones out and be like, oh, get the fuck over here. So like we had something we could like kind of salvage, but just the reaction we got to that and the positive feedback was like, okay, we have to do this right at least once. We have to at least try to do it right once. Because you guys were all in Portland. Like, the amount of shit that happened in Portland that didn't get caught.
Oh, man.
Same with Santa.
God.
I can tell you right now a lot of shit happened in Portland.
So I want to get to that because Portland was the first, the first one, right?
Yeah.
Or Connecticut was.
Portland was the first one.
First one first. So let me get over to the couch, right? You all were all in Portland.
Yes.
We're all in Portland.
You were all in Portland.
Yes.
So why did you decide that you were going to come to Portland to this party thrown by this man, and kind of be on camera again after you kind of was already on Are You the One, kind of experienced that, maybe didn't have the best experience, you know, maybe it turned out well, there was some problems with that, and kind of do that all again and kind of put yourself out there. I'll start with you, Didi.
Well, me, I love everybody here and like, you know, like all of my friends, and just the fact that Joe even thought up, you know, with this idea. It's like, all right, wait, there's about to be a weekend. We're about to be reunited with what was it? All of our cast was there, or maybe like
majority.
95% of our
Yeah,
cast was
everybody
there.
was there.
And the fact that we even got closer, so it was just like, all right, we all haven't seen each other in a couple months, and then we were gonna meet new friends. So it's like, why not? And not for nothing, I like it when the cameras are following me. That's fun. So
So you're all for that.
I'm a go.
Okay.
But it was great. I mean, it was the start of a freaking roller coaster that we're going through right now, and I'm ready for the next one.
Okay. So, Nurys, so you obviously decided to come as well. Did you have any apprehension as far as coming? Or were you like, let's just do it. Let's just have fun. Let's just keep this going.
I said let's just do it. Honestly, we're like a family. We aren't like family. We are a family, and I just wanted everyone to kind of see that we are a lot more than just MTV. We offer a lot more. We are talented, and we give you guys good TV, good drama. So why not?
Right. Okay.
Naturally,
okay.
too. Naturally.
That being said, a lot of MTV, they literally pick a character for each person, and they're like, "This is what you're going to
This is
be
what you
for
are."
10 weeks." So
Right,
it's like
right.
they cut out a lot of shit. Me and you two had a whole altercation that they never even showed. And that shit
And
was
Joe
great.
was,
yeah,
and
that
Joe
was
was one of my
wild.
best
That
friends,
was
and they don't
wild,
show me and him have any
At
type
all.
of friendship.
Malcolm almost beat me up.
Nah, I didn't almost.
You
beat
thought
him
about
up.
it. You
I
thought
just-
about it.
I just
You
almost
thought
like
about it.
Damn, I don't
pissed
know.
Because we
away
were
a
so
couple
close,
times.
you know?
Almost.
No, we
fixed
made
it.
up that night, but there's
Wow.
just so much that didn't get aired that like we were kind of thinking like to have control of that and just like to be able to
To put your own, who you really are.
and just
Out
show
to
our
everyone.
actual characters.
And our personalities.
And
things
with
like
that,
they
with
don't
the
show
shitty
that.
footage that we've got, and with the editor going AWOL and stuff like that, we actually had to bring in an editor who had never met any of us to edit the last 2 episodes of the Connecticut thing. So that didn't go as we planned, and so that this whole new LA thing is like really trying to do it right one time because we put you guys in almost a bad spot with that edit because it was like we just let a certain scene go on for too long without the cutaways and the explanations, and people were talking
And it
about
had been
stuff that
months after the whole
and it came
situation
out too
happened.
late. So it's just like it hasn't been what we want it to be at all. It's been like a huge headache, but the potential, the fact that you guys still have faith in it, I
We're
think
making
that's,
it work.
We're
Exactly.
still making it
Like,
work. It's all a learning
Yeah.
process.
that's the whole thing about me, man. Like me, Joe, we met on the Are You the One house, of course. Everybody met on the Are You the One house, and we all never knew how close we were gonna be outside of the house. Like we were all just like throwing out ideas, like, yo, we should do this after the show. We should do that after the show. But Joe really like stuck to his word, and he was really like, you know what I'm saying, like bringing everybody together, and we could all like do our own thing and go like our own separate ways, but like Joe kind of make it like his priority to like kind of like keep the family together, man.
Right.
And I'm thinking like this man working hard as hell, like the least I can do is fucking show up and like fucking work with him and just turn up and like just do everything this man asks, man. So
we had him mic'd up on New Year's Eve. So
Hey, I was mic'd too.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
yeah, we
mic'd
actually
too.
got we got both of you
mic'd up.
guys.
I got
Yeah,
mic'd up
Trust
too.
me,
I want to go back to
I think you
Portland.
two you were
mic'd.
too. Yeah.
I want to go back to Portland
Not
because there, and this is for everybody. There was a lot of stuff. I did watch one episode and it was crazy, but there was a lot of stuff that was not shown. Is there anything that you could tell us and the fans that would be juicy to kind of be like, yo, this happened, and it didn't get out?
Oh man.
There was a lot of sex.
a
That's
lot
all.
of
That's
sex.
it. That's
Yeah,
it. I'm not.
yeah.
That's the only thing.
In
but it
Portland,
was-
I was celibate. I had.
You
sex
were
with no one.
celibate.
I
Yeah,
had sex
yeah.
with
Were you the
nobody.
only one that was celibate?
I was
Yeah,
probably
she
one of the
couldn't
few.
score.
Honestly, I was.
Yeah.
I was honestly one of the few. Keeping to myself, smoking my blunts. living my
A
best
lot
life.
of blunts. A
lot
lot
of
of
blunts.
blunts.
Portland had a lot of blunts for us.
I thought there was like
Well, because that's where I'm from, so I was like, you want some weed?
Uh-huh.
Just like, here's your jar. Go fucking
Yeah,
have a good
you
time.
really did give me a whole.
shout
jar.
out to the girls in Portland too.
No, see that's the thing.
See, look at this guy.
It's not our fault the amount of sex that happened in Portland. It's the girls in Portland's fault. It's
Yeah,
just
they
the
was
culture
hot.
there.
Yeah, they were
Oh,
hot.
the
They were
girls
actually
in Portland.
Yeah,
fault.
they were actually pretty.
Yeah.
Like we actually found a lot of pretty females there.
The hometown
Yes.
honeys.
Yeah.
They're,
I was
they're
shocked.
liberal, they're progressive, and I'm
She
here
said
for.
But the girls in CT though.
Oh yeah,
Trash.
not as much. Not as
Trash.
much.
And the girls in LA,
didn't make
the
it that far.
absolute worst. All they want is they get their Instagram tag, they get 100 followers, and they're gone.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's all they care about.
I think a little more than that happened this weekend for
So
sure.
when,
LA's the
when you
worst.
were in going back to Portland, when you say the girls in Portland were nice, they were girls that were kind of locals that kind of
Hometown
gravitated.
honeys.
The
Hometown
hometown.
honeys, yeah.
That's the word.
I never knew how much love I had until I went to
Hometown.
Portland.
Till you went to Portland.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Portland.
It was
How
a
much
lot
love
of
did you
love.
get?
We're doing
I mean,
Portland
I'm
again.
talking about like
How much love?
I was, you know what I'm saying, doing my thing at the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? We talking about like women coming in and out of the house. Like,
Oh,
all
we got
throughout
kicked out of the
night.
house a day
Like,
early.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
you
did.
did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Because-
we did. Because we
was-
were too. So I was actually, Joe was actually home, and Joe kind of put me in charge of the house, making sure that everyone was kind of quiet-ish.
Uh-huh.
I tried.
How did that go? I was
and-
about to say.
No, hold on.
Yeah.
I tried. I mean, I definitely held down the fort as long as I could, and then out of nowhere, we get like 20 different bitches randomly
that was
showing up at the
crazy.
house,
I felt
and they're
bad
all
for-
loud. They start blasting the music, and these women don't know me. So I'm very rude and straight to the point sometimes. So I was being that girl.
Yep.
But after a certain point, you can't control everybody when
Yeah.
I'm just one person. So,
Sure.
but I tried.
think we need to do a better job as like the producers to get like hot local hometown men.
I think
Because
Hold on, what?
We don't need the men though. We
Okay.
Why
just
would
not
we need
fair.
more men?
Like,
No.
all right. No, because you guys
No.
are
Hell no. What the hell are you
he
talking
didn't
about?
mean that.
You guys
He
are all
didn't mean
bringing
that.
enough girls
He didn't
to
mean
the
that.
house. We need
Say
to.
pause.
Hey, I tried that. I brought one of my good-looking local hometown friends. He got Jalessa's name tattooed on his ankle and didn't
Oh, he
score.
did.
And now look at him. Yeah, now look at him. Now look at him.
Wait, somebody
Now
from
what?
Portland
Yeah.
got Jalessa's name
Tattooed on his
Yeah.
ankle.
And he
then
didn't get it in.
didn't even.
And then she,
nothing
as you
happened.
can maybe see from the video, spent most of the weekend with Marco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Really?
and
Yeah.
like I walked in and he was like, "Look, I got your name tatted on me." She's like, "Oh, cool," and like just kept it
I ain't
pushing.
gonna lie, he was happy as fuck.
He was happy.
I ain't gonna lie, when he was getting it, I was like, bro, that shit go hard as fuck.
In red ink.
You
You
not
were
shit for
gassing.
that.
I was like, that shit go hard. I'm like, this
That's
nigga
crazy.
dumping it above. Okay.
So would you say that this is as obviously, you've done 3 installments of this? Would you say the LA one, which just happened, this is probably the best of all of them?
Oh,
Hands down,
absolutely.
Hands down.
Oh,
Hands
yeah.
down. Oh, it's gonna
How
be the
many-
amount of drama.
How many people, how many reality stars did you have there?
What do we have, Joe?
I
I'd say
had-
35 in an
I was
hour.
just gonna say
35.
35. I
There's
counted
over
35.
35
At
reality
least 35
stars.
was the minimum.
Was the minimum.
Yeah.
Wow.
From what I
That's
counted.
Collectively, over 3 million followers.
Right.
More than that.
You know what I'm saying?
And it was
So,
literally
more than
just
that.
the
More than
Just on the
vibes
that.
guys' side, we
whole
had 4
night.
million.
Oh, yeah.
There was a
Yeah.
little bit
Six.
of drama. There was
There
a little
was.
bit.
I
with
mean,
the whole Davey Chelsko kiss thing, that got
oh
weird.
my God, Davey
Oh,
and Chelsea.
man.
Actually,
What
wait,
happened?
real shit. Who do y'all think's telling the truth?
Yeah, who do y'all think is
Bro.
telling the truth?
Oh, let's
Give
let
it
us know
context.
what's
Let-
going
yeah,
on.
yeah,
We
yeah.
gotta
Let
get the
people
context.
know what's going on.
Man.
So tell me what's going
So
on.
basically, what happened was that
man.
I don't really know how it started, but
We have to let
keep
them
it
know who
short.
Davey and Chelsea. Like,
Davey-
who
He
Davey
started.
is.
He started
Yeah, I
it.
Yeah,
started.
he was
Walked up and was like, I'm about to make a
Right.
problem.
Chelsea was on Ex on the Beach season 1.
Yes.
She was Chris's ex.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know her, and then Davey is kind of like
Exactly.
our.
There's
A
that.
lot of people know who he is just because he's always with us. He's not on TV, but he's like our go-to. He helps out a lot with staying relevant and everything else.
Okay.
That's Davey.
That's Davey.
Yeah.
And I just remember hearing Joe's like, I just want to spill the tea. He's like, Davey said that you guys made out.
Bam.
Boom. Chelsea flips out. She's like, I never kissed him, blah, blah, blah. Did this and that. She even starts naming guys that she did hook up with because she was
Instead
like,
of
she was
hooking
trying.
up with Davey,
Yeah,
yeah.
instead of hooking up with him,
we
because she
were all
wanted
like,
to prove a point.
Whoa.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
she was, yeah.
then so I don't know. Davey,
like-
Davey sticks to his word. He says he
Look,
kissed her.
Davey
I
was
don't
very
know.
calm.
I kinda
Davey
feel
was
bad
very
a little
calm.
bit.
He was like, I don't
And
gotta
she flipped
lie
out.
about this.
Yeah.
Right.
I genuinely
I'm
think
chilling.
Davey's telling the truth.
Same.
I don't
think
know.
he's telling
See, the thing about it
Ooh,
is,
I think
way,
Chelsea
no,
is.
because the way she blew up though, it was more like Davey's like, all right, but did this not happen? Yes or no? And she just kept on blowing up. Like she wasn't answering the question.
No, she wasn't. She was just blowing up other shit. Like,
But
oh,
so,
But
to
why
bring
don't-
this back to context, we still don't have enough cameras. You know what I mean?
Still don't.
Because we should have had that on camera whether it happened or not. And so
Right.
it's like, this is the first time we use GoPros and microphones and a full camera crew. And like, we still were having problems where like a battery would die when shit was popping off. So it's like, we still haven't gotten there for sure. But it's like,
It's on its way,
But
though.
we
It's
coming,
on its
baby.
way.
For the
We are
people that
fucking
for the
coming.
people
Gotcha.
that didn't notice in the house, we actually some camera guys, and I guess other people did too. We had GoPros inside red Solo cups.
I was
Yeah, they're
wondering
just
what
So,
that black
so
tape
you know,
was on the red
some
cups.
people get scared when camera crews come around, so they don't they stay
But it's like,
quiet.
why are you here
So
if it's like that?
exactly. So Joe had some people go around with
'Cause he's a fucking
GoPros
genius.
in a fucking Solo cup, and
With
I
a
can only
whole
imagine
cutout.
the amount of footage that we got from that because even I didn't notice.
They even got me a few times,
Yeah,
and
they
they
told
told
me.
me
You know?
what was going on. I even knew what was going on, and they still got me a
My
few
dumb
times
ass
with the
definitely
camera
forgot
in the
about
cup.
it.
yeah,
dumb
you
ass.
act like there wasn't a camera there all weekend.
I want
same.
I want to
I
field a
was at
question.
home,
So
what
we
can
have
I
a
say?
question from on the live chat. Shout out to the live chat, everyone in the live chat. This question is for Nurys and Didi. They had a question because you guys were all in Portland together. Was it weird for you all seeing Malcolm with these other women?
Honestly, for me, no. I got to see firsthand Malcolm with another woman on Are You the One? So like that
Right.
was I'm already used to it. And
You're already
honestly,
used to
we weren't together. We have built a friendship at this point.
Okay.
So watching him with other women for me was just like at just seeing like Joe or someone else or
I
Andre.
think
You
she
know
was
what I
like
mean? Like,
passing me. I think she was passing me condoms actually.
I'm pretty
you were like
I'm like, here
she
you
was
go,
giving me
get
condoms.
it in. Like, here you go.
wingman.
You know,
She's
I'm the wingman. I'm the
She's like
ultimate
best
wingman.
Wow.
The best
We
wingman.
made a secret handshake and everything. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
So, you know, I'm
Didi, what about you? You're
Me,
quiet.
Same
I
shit.
had so much anxiety because me and Malcolm have not spoken since the reunion. So
When you got to
Before
Portland.
Portland, yeah,
Got
that
it.
is
so
true.
I was
Right.
like, I did not like him. Like I was
damn.
thinking, I
I didn't know that
I
shit.
didn't know. Me and you did not speak, and I had was not able to speak to you. So I was like, all right, Malcolm's gonna come to Portland.
She was able to.
Is
She
he
didn't
gonna-
want to.
Shh, is he gonna come say hi to me, or is he gonna try to have a talk? Like,
Right.
and then we had a talk, or whatever, and then after that, we were just like, bet.
Yeah.
And
And y'all
I
were
mean,
cool.
it was fine. Yeah,
Yeah, it
I
was
even
genuine.
like told
Genuine, man.
some
like,
girl, I was like, yo, so what's up? He's single. Like,
She was putting me
got
on. Like she
you.
was my wingman too.
Even-
Like
Okay,
Two
hold
wingmen.
on.
That's
look
wingman.
at the
These
best.
are
Look
my
at the best
best
ass
wingmen.
he
I
got.
swear,
He
bro,
was
like,
picking him out.
These are my
Wow.
best
So
wingmen.
cute.
Like
Dude, you gotta tell
Wingman.
everyone your secrets.
Wait,
Man,
so
look.
all I gotta say is that Malcolm had a whole team out there, and Ethan's still the only one that had a threesome.
He did.
Really?
Ethan did have a
I did.
threesome.
yeah,
He
yeah,
did.
he did.
Yeah.
In a hotel.
Well, what happened
In some other dude's
In
hotel.
some other dude's hotel.
Yeah, it was the sugar daddy was paying for the hotel for
guy's
this
a
girl
dog.
because he thought he was gonna get lucky, but really he just funded my sexcapades for the weekend. So shout out to him.
Really?
Shout out to
Yeah.
it, yes.
Well, what was happening is
Wow.
I was like doing the thing with this one girl, and like while I
Doing
was
the
like
thing.
Doing the thing.
Is that what we
Yeah.
call it
What
now?
thing?
He's
Doing
being
the
I was
thing.
well, it was
Okay.
I was eating her out actually. and
I actually walked in on that this
Oh, you
weekend.
didn't wanna say that.
while I was eating her out, she was just talking about how much she loved Keith from my season and how she wished it was Keith.
Really?
And then I was about to have sex with her, but we didn't have a condom. So then she called her friend, and her friend was talking. I was like, just tell her to come through and bring a condom. So her friend
Gotcha.
brought a condom.
So
and
you
then it
shared the
turned
condom with
into-
both of them.
Wow.
No, yeah.
Epic.
But
I'm
yeah, and then the
for it.
next morning the guy comes in, the sugar daddy comes in and sees me naked in bed with them, and then he like brings us breakfast and he was like
Really?
feeding us.
Wow, what a
yeah,
nice guy.
So it was. I
Alright,
could
we're
I could
pushing.
die
It's
now.
kind of like a little off the radar here,
Yeah.
but I have yet to have a threesome in my life.
Really?
I've never had a threesome. I swear to God, I don't know why.
You
It
know
just
that I'd
don't
have
work
lost
for
$1
me.
million on that bet if someone bet me $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every day of the week I'd have bet.
I mean, you
Malcolm's
do
done that.
have former girls that you were with as your wingman.
Right.
That would be obvious that people would think you had a threesome.
Right.
Like,
I mean, I thought I would like have a threesome
Yeah,
by
okay.
27. You know what I'm saying? But it just never worked out for me. So I said that to say, fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. But you're the man.
It's all good.
You the man. You the
all
man.
good.
Yeah,
It's all
no,
good.
He looks up to you, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I get
I
that.
admire
but-
you.
Well, you're
But-
taller anyway, so of
Never
course.
thought you would have one.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you the only one that had a
Yeah.
threesome?
Yeah.
besides you
That-
two?
that
Have you guys
weekend?
ever had a
Yeah.
threesome?
I've gotten
Have
head
I?
from 2 girls, but I've never had like a full-on
Oh
threesome.
God, this
Oh, this is what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say. Do
We
you
gotta
use
keep
the same
Well,
condom?
We gotta keep
Let
it.
me-
We
okay,
gotta keep it.
Let's-
Stay
this is
relevant.
the last
stay
thing I'm
relevant.
gonna say about that because we've been talking about my threesome for
Yeah.
way too long, which
Answers,
I'm
yes, I
happy
have.
about. But like, we need to move on. Is it wasn't there was no sexual intercourse. I was just masturbating in front of them while they felt uncomfortable. Shout out to Louis C.K.
So we're gonna
All
do on that note, we're gonna do a little switcheroo
Okay.
and get this threesome out of here.
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
And while we're doing that, I'm gonna talk to you guys and
Yeah.
formulate. So I want to know, where do you want this to go? Like, where do you expect this to go and take this relevant TV?
Honestly, so my thing is, it's never really been about the money. I actually lost a lot of money on this
Okay.
so far. The whole selling tickets with last night thing was it was about paying for like the house, like making sure everyone was
Right.
taken care of. But it was also about the fact that we couldn't have more than 200 people there, and like we had like 150 people on the list buying tickets and everything like that. So that's why we jacked it up to where we could keep it. You know what I mean? It's not about money. It's
To
about
kind of pay for what you're doing, the cost of the
well,
production.
and to keep the crowd small enough so the cops didn't come. Because the cops come before
Right.
midnight, nobody has a good time. But really, with me, it's just about getting exposure for everybody. I feel like the people that we're working with now
growth,
have
yeah.
personalities that are like worth seeing. Like they deserve
Right.
to be in movies. They deserve, you know what I mean? So just continued exposure of who we really are, and it's just a good time. Like I love hanging out with everybody. So like. For the first 2, at least, I've been able to get it paid for to where we can have everybody there involved, having a great time all weekend. And if I have to be stressed out organizing it, as long as it's not like hurting my bank too much, like it's just a good time, helping everybody grow, showing who we really are.
Really?
But that being said, the whole name of it, Relevant TV, staying relevant, is all just fucking me being an ironic. I'm just being a dick to be a dick. Everybody who's been on a show, who's still doing shows, talks about people who aren't on shows anymore, like, oh, you're just dating her to try and stay relevant. You're just doing this to try and stay relevant. You moved to LA to try to stay, and I'm just like, relevant to what?
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
You telling us that we're trying to stay relevant is you trying to stay relevant. Every time anybody sends a tweet out, you're trying to stay relevant.
So it's all just fucking irony. Just like it's kind of like making fun of ourselves. Like the whole point of it is just to be lighthearted, and lighthearted is actually who cast me for Are You the One.
That's crazy. You just said that. Yeah.
Speaking of dating someone to stay relevant, your girlfriend. That's why I'm the host.
No, she got me so many followers in the last year.
I can
You're
imagine.
welcome.
I can imagine.
Like,
It was a successful collab. I'm a 6, she's a 10.
Right. So I do want to shout out joining us.
5.5 because from the
we
top.
have some amazing women that just came in. Speaking of relevant, Mikala's with us. The beautiful, the talented. I still don't understand how you pulled her. I still don't understand.
She followed me.
Yeah, okay. We're going to talk about it. We'll talk about it. And of course, Jasmine, first time in the studio is with us. What's up, Jasmine? Yes. Who is from the current Are You the One season, the first one out of everyone, because everyone, I want the breakdown. So you're from AYTO season 7. Mikala, what season are you from?
4.
From 4. Andre from 5. Ethan. 6.
The best
Joe
one.
from 6.
That was a lot.
So
The best one in the worst
right,
place.
Right. And before we had Malcolm, Nurys, and Didi were from AYTO season 6. So I want to get with Mikala. So Mikala.
Hey, don't do that.
I was gonna say, wait.
Pause.
Just like it's not that great. Don't worry.
Right.
Nothing to be excited about.
So
Nah, I heard
Mikala,
it's
you're
good.
joining us. How do you factor in all of this mix?
What, into like the whole relevant TV
Yes,
situation?
absolutely.
I mean, I personally like kind of distance myself from most like MTV things.
Okay.
But when I started dating Joe and he came up with the idea, I was like,
Come here.
I'm kind of like, I just want to be supportive. So I'm really just like there to be the support. But then I'm very sneaky, so I kind of notice things because I'm very quiet, so people don't notice that I'm there. So I'm like, you gotta get this on video.
Oh yeah, I peeped that this weekend.
Yeah.
Literally all weekend, I'm like, wait, did you see that?
So you kind of help a little situation.
Yeah.
Kind of stay in the shadows and kind of help. And how does that work for you?
Oh, it's great. The only thing is, like, realistically, because I'm doing this, like, now I have Ethan and Andre and Davey and Chelsko and other people helping me with stuff, and I can kind of, like, unload some of that burden onto them.
Right.
But for especially the first 2, it was, like, all on me. So, like, I'm constantly, even now, constantly on my phone, like, dealing with people's flight itinerary and getting the camera crew ready and making sure everything's going together. So, like, especially after this month-long trip I just got back from Asia, it's like I feel so bad because
I
like
have not seen my boyfriend in like 2 months.
Wow.
And we've been
you were
together
not-
for 3 weeks.
You were not. You didn't take her with you.
No, my friends took me for my birthday, and they surprised me with it like a month after my birthday, and we left 2 months after my birthday. So by that time, it was like it would almost impossible to like bring her. You know?
So the whole time we were on opposite schedules. Like when he was waking up, I was going to sleep.
Right.
Vice versa. And then the first time I finally see him is now this week while we're filming this, and he's been like on his phone and like stressing out. So I'm
Right.
just like, hi, remember me? I'm gonna break up with you if you don't pay attention to me.
This is the first time I've seen them like talk without him being on his phone.
It's called
Yeah.
fubbing.
I'm
It's
like,
it's
can
an
you
epidemic.
make eye contact with me? Thanks.
That's gotta. Yeah, that'd be hard. He just gets back
He's a
from
re-
being on two. How long?
It was like 25 days.
25 days.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
7 countries.
And how long had you been together prior to that?
Like dating?
Yes.
Our 1 year anniversary is in
Coming
January.
up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's
okay.
ridiculous.
Well, that's the 1 year of
You
when
guys
we
have been
met.
together for a
Right.
year.
That's
We
1
met
year
for
when
the
we
first time.
Because,
Yeah.
like,
Our first date was January 23rd.
Okay.
You're such a girl, because like you're going off that. Okay, that's good.
Isn't
That's good
that?
shit.
Yeah.
That's
The
tight.
Well,
first
we had to
First
go
date
back
was
and check.
January
Like we
23rd.
were, we
just
post
to
a photo.
Just to be a guy about it, the first time we had sex was April 5th. So.
Okay, see, that's what I'm
Yeah, we
going off
waited
of.
a while. I made
But
it-
that's also
I held
part
out.
of what helped us get so close. Like she was really
Yeah,
like my
that's
best
dope.
friend
I
before I,
wanted-
ever
Really?
got.
I wanted to be like
privileges.
friends
Yeah.
with him before I was like, because at first I wasn't sure if I liked him because there's
You were
obviously.
sure that you didn't like
Well,
me.
there's a
He's
lot
just
of
Joe from
drama there,
MTV,
you know,
that's all,
like
so you had to make sure.
our exes, and it was just like
Right.
was like, there's so many other people that I could date. Should just stay away from this.
Right.
And then we became friends like so quickly, and I was like, well, it's a
So you
shame
have
to like.
options.
I haven't seen this list.
I was like, it's such a shame to like waste a good thing. So like, I guess we can try. And then somehow we're still here.
The crazy
Word.
thing is that they were offering her stupid money to come on X on the Beach on our season, and like if you would have came, I just wonder what would have happened. Because
That's
we had
how you
already
know.
spoken before that. Like she's the one who told me I was going on X on the
You
Beach.
would have been booed up.
Because I didn't know what was going on. They're like, hey, another dating show. And, you know, in my relationship at that time, it was like, oh, another show. Like, let's go do it. And then she was like, you know it's X on the Beach, right? I was like, no.
Well, all they had to do was say that it's a dating show that is really successful on MTV UK, and I was like, so I googled dating show MTV UK, and the first thing
X
that
on
comes
the
up
Beach.
is X on the Beach,
Right.
like their number one show.
Right.
It's not like rocket science.
Right.
But she's definitely the one I feel like that hurts almost the most from this whole thing. Because it's like, because it sucks. Like, New Year's Eve was not what I would call fun. You know what I mean?
Because of
From-
what you were doing.
From 8 p.m. to
work.
2 a.m., I was working, like putting out fires constantly.
Sure.
Sometimes
you know
till
what I mean?
5 a.m.
Yeah, a lot of times. One night we didn't get home till 6.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, like, we did have time to get a New Year's kiss in, and we got a couple photos taken. But other than that, I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off.
That's the
making sure-
thing. That's the thing with Relevant TV is
Yeah.
that there's like nobody to check into, like the boss. Like Joe put himself in the position to be that guy, and like everyone else has their roles that we play also. So like it does run through us like directly. Like the cast is the production.
Is
team
the
and all
production
that.
team.
Yeah.
So people when they're watching this, like there is no one else that's telling us what to do or how to run it. We're literally
Right.
doing this and we're doing our best, and that's what I mean. I can't even imagine. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Right.
And
how
Joe's the
that
boss,
comes,
and
so-
I'm his boss, so
Right.
it really comes
She
back
keeps
to
Joe
me.
like level
EP right here, executive producer.
Yeah, for real.
I want to talk to Jasmine. Jasmine, so when did you first come part of this Relevant TV experience?
I think it was like the week of my actual show's like premiere. I was invited by, I think, directly from Derek at first, and then
Of course.
Derek Henry from previous.
yeah,
He
and
was good to
then
be here, but he lost his
Right.
voice yelling all
Right.
weekend.
yeah,
Right.
and
On the
then
He also gave me this fat lip.
And I also gave you that scar.
Yep, but go on, sorry.
and then I think Brett like FaceTimed at Nurys, and then that's when you invited us all to come, and then we were like, all right, well, like now I'm not going alone. So then we all kind of like a few people from my season made a road trip from New York all the way down to CT.
So you weren't the only one from your season to go.
It was
And
the-
this is the Connecticut or
Connecticut,
Portland?
yeah,
yeah,
Okay,
Connecticut. So it was me, Tevin, Danny, Brett, and
Quasi.
Quasi,
Yeah, okay.
and then Andrew came like the next
came.
day. Yeah, the next
Okay,
day.
from your season.
And
From
we
my
didn't get
season.
any footage of Andrew at all. Like,
Right.
Yeah, it was like he wasn't.
No, but
there.
yeah, Andrew came, was like low key, and then woke up before anybody else and drove all the way back to like Boston.
oh, and Zach came too.
Oh yeah, Zach flew in.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but shout out to Jasmine because she's the only female from season 7 who's been a part of what we're doing.
Yeah.
And that's
I really like the
Yeah.
idea, and I was a super fan before,
Right.
so I used to see everybody like link up, and I think it's like a great idea to film it because I remember as a fan on like my side, I would watch everyone's lives. I would like want to be like where they were if they were hosting somewhere. I would want to be like around them, and I feel.
Damn.
No, they should.
Wait, are you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I plotted my way to get here.
I see.
It's possible. That's the whole thing. Like, just like in our relevant TV in LA, we're gonna have interviews of people who hooked up with Ethan, who hooked up with Malcolm, just to show that it's possible. Anything is possible.
Anything's possible.
Well, and then, another thing is like this isn't the cast. It's not just MTV people. Like you could come party with us, and if you're interesting, like Zach, the guy
Zach's
with the
great.
mustache,
Yeah.
he's an official cast member, and he was just a friend of a friend who just we were like at first we were like
dude
what
is
this
It's
guy.
really just about like good people.
Hilarious.
That's what it comes
Yeah.
down to.
So every
We wanted him to be here, but he's teaching a cycle class in West Hollywood.
Cycle class.
Cycle?
He has a mullet and a fucking handlebar.
Wait, cycle.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
cycling. Like,
Yeah.
he like works out a lot.
Wow.
Can
Okay.
you see him with like I can see him with all like the
His
technicolor.
90s attire.
Yeah.
I've seen him. I saw him on the first episode.
He's a
I was like,
character.
who is this guy? I
So
was like,
if you
wow.
are an interesting person that wants to come party with us,
Yeah.
you
Please
can
send in
get-
your
This is
resume.
what it is.
Yeah.
You can be my
Yeah.
best friend. You
Please
just
send
gotta
in your resume.
And it just comes down to like the YouTube reaction. Like
Right.
if there's comments about you, if people want
Right.
to see you back, then we'll bring you back.
We've gotten a
So.
few actually.
demand.
We've gotten a few. What are they called?
Resumes.
Resumes.
People
We've gotten
sending
resumes
With
with
their
headshots.
headshots.
Really?
And they're like,
Full
they like put a
headshot.
little bio about themselves. We're like, oh, that's not what the email was for. But
Yeah.
okay.
You can just come. Just come.
So, Jasmine, being that you are the only one from your season of AYTO, would you say that it is very much? It seems like to me what I'm getting, and I've kind of noticed it because I've obviously covered Are You the One since season 2 here at AfterBuzz, and it seems like everyone kind of stays connected, and it's like a big family. Would you say that it is like a big family?
I definitely feel like this has been an experience that not a lot of people can relate to. Like when I went home, I couldn't really talk to my friends about how I felt about things.
Yeah.
But like when
no idea
they
how
started
to-
reaching out to me and I was getting like harassed or messages on social media and I didn't
man.
know how to deal with it, like my friends were like, I would just blow it off, but I couldn't blow it off when like every time I looked at my phone, it was something. So then I had people from the season talking me through everything, saying that they have been through it, and they just made me feel like whatever I was going through, I wasn't alone. And I think that is what is the foundation of a family, and then we all can get together and have fun and do whatever, and that's why I'm still here. It's not like
Right.
I came here and was just like, oh, let's test it out. Like I felt comfortable around everybody. Like I felt like everything that I wanted in this experience is what I got, and it's the same thing that you guys wanted for everyone that came.
Word.
Right.
Word.
That's what's up.
So we
Wow,
have, I want to go
smart.
back to the chat because we do have the live chat is popping. Got a lot of questions. So Alexis asked, and I think this is probably after you said you could be, on. They want to know where you're going next.
So the thing is,
It's
we're thinking Arizona.
I think
yeah.
Arizona or the Bay Area,
Scottsdale.
it should be somewhere where people from LA could make like a 6-hour drive.
right.
Because that's part of what made all this possible, is because what the goal with Portland was to do it right and then get it right next. And then the goal with Connecticut was, okay, let's try one more time and get it right. And we didn't either time.
It's pretty crazy that we went
Every
all
time
over
it's
the
a mess.
East Coast.
I
After
know.
Portland literally packed up and went to the East Coast.
Right.
Like
Right.
instead of going like, because we're gonna try and take it like on a little tour, right? We're gonna try and take it
Yeah,
as far
and
as we can take
the
it.
goal is to get the support or whatever and get like the funding and investing, because like the ad space is there, like everything, like we have a setup to where it's getting the views. There should be money involved to where we can do it better each time and start flying people around. But for right now, because we didn't have that fall through after Portland, Connecticut, doing it in LA worked out perfect because everyone lives in LA. I think Jasmine,
of
Brett,
people live out
Tevin, there's only like 4 or 5 people that actually had to fly or travel to get here.
Shout out to that Are You the One money, baby.
Are you the one?
I don't know what the fuck
Yeah.
that feels like. Shout out to that.
Andre, that's right.
Must be fucking nice.
Season.
Y'all are so funny, bro.
Oh, man, that's right. Oh, that burns.
We made that back. Don't worry about that. But,
Yeah, you made it back. You
but
made
hey,
it back. You
hey,
made it back.
Took a lot longer than fucking however long Are You the One took.
Exactly.
I mean, you live
I'm
in a better
sure.
house than I do, so.
Yeah.
That part.
Shout out to the
So, you said you may go to maybe the Bay Area or Arizona next.
Those are our 2 main
Those are what you're
objectives.
looking at. What do you foresee? Like, obviously, there's reality TV just as a whole is huge. Like pretty much every single network on television, whether it's cable, whether it's network TV, has some type of reality show
Yeah.
or multiple shows. Where can you see this going? As far as because I feel like it's endless. Because basically, to me, it's like an uncensored version of what your favorite show is. Like when people
It's like an
watch-
all-star Real World.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Well, also on top of it, we don't want to give it to a network and then have them
Ruin
change it.
I
What we
think it
love
could turn
about it
into
is that
its
it's
own.
ours and we can make it whatever we want.
However you
Yeah,
want
I
it.
think-
And that's why I said uncensored, because as you know, because you've all been on reality TV, editing is usually not your friend. Like you said
never.
earlier,
See,
you're made
that's-
into a
that's what I
character,
wanna do.
and they want to kind of formulate into that character for the entire
They made
season.
me somebody that I am so
know.
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I
those-
was labeled the side chick, and I was like, I was always the main chick. I still got cheated on, but the feeling is the same of not
Yeah,
feeling enough.
right.
But they literally cut out from those interviews the ending of how I felt and like copy and pasted
They
it
put
to
it out of
everything that was
order.
going. Yeah.
They chop and screw.
Oh, they
And I
do
was
that
like,
shit a lot.
that's not me. And how many people message me and they're like, you'll always be a side. I'm like, I never began with being a
With
side
the side.
chick. So
Why? Do you know why they picked that for you?
I
Because
feel
know
like
that when I covered the season, they made it seem like
Yeah.
you were the quintessential side chick.
So I think based off of what was happening in the house, that fit my label the best because of the love triangle, and then basically just because of that, because I was the side chick in that scenario.
Right.
But I was like, in real life, that's not who I came. That's not who I was, and I felt like those names were supposed to portray who you are as a person, and you're supposed to change that towards the end. So mine was just what happened in the house.
Gotcha. And they kind of formulated that from there. Do you feel that you all kind of happens to you in reality TV? Like you get probably the worst part of the situation
Almost
as opposed
always.
to the best part of the
Typically.
situation?
Like, for example, with her, she was painted to be like this boring overly clingy, like kind
I
of
was
weirdo.
like kind of strange. Yeah. Like they made me just like
Which
look
you are
weird.
weird
Like
as
things
fuck.
that you do in the privacy of with like your boyfriend or your girlfriend or whatever,
Right.
like just like goofy. And then when he got in a fight with me, they took it and twisted it and made it look like he's fighting with me because I'm that way. When it was
When
really
realistically,
something totally
Wasn't
separate.
this
like
is the
that.
most fun relationship I've ever been in. We fucking do cool shit all the time.
Because
Yeah.
they
They do
made you
cool
on
shit all
both,
the time.
on not only your AYTO season, but
Jealous.
when you were on
On
Second
Second
Chances,
Chances.
same thing.
Yeah.
with
Oh, yeah,
Ken.
they-
Like they made it seem like you were this terrible, clingy person.
And I swear I am like not like I
You're a
definitely
little clingy.
I definitely like to like mess with Joe. Like because I'm like I only see him like 1 week a month.
2.
Maybe 2 occasionally.
Because you,
so 1
just so
week a
people
month.
can know, you live in Portland.
Yeah,
and, you
and
live
I
here
live
LA.
in California. So it's not like I see him often. So when I
Right.
do see him, I'm like, everyone go away. Like, leave me alone. Like, I
Right.
just want to spend time with him. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's
The
me
thing
if
is,
I
I-
like
I wanna
hang
make
out
a-
with you for a week.
Yeah.
The one day that I would be attached.
Exactly.
So,
But I
you
have,
could,
to,
like, see you
I
for
have
a
to
month?
share it with
Yeah.
50 other MTV people who also haven't seen him.
Yeah,
The-
you gotta
the
see
funny
me
thing
too when
is
he's
that-
in LA. He's got to check in with me too every time he's in LA. So.
Exactly. You guys never go away.
The funny thing is that like no one's gonna get this really as much as we will, but like people say like you're up my ass, but like you literally are.
Yeah, I like to touch his butt.
Yeah, I've actually seen. I was like, can you just wait till I'm out of the room? Like,
into it or something.
No, I'm not.
It's so cute and small.
She's caught elbows before. The thing is, I have no ass. I have the worst knees in the world. I can't
They're
do
so
squats.
cute.
Wow. Wow.
on the topic of editing, though, that's the main thing. Like we're like struggling with is can you create a successful show when everybody has a good edit? You know,
Yeah.
can you make the entire cast happy and the audience happy?
Almost
We're gonna
impossible.
find out. And that's the thing. Like we caught footage that could literally ruin. We could ruin relationships. We could
Wow.
ruin friendships this last weekend. And
So
we're,
how,
we're
how do you,
not,
so
we're not
that
evil
being
people.
said, how do you formulate that?
We
Like,
just have to see who's a dick to me, and if you're a dick to me, then we. No, that's I'm not a power tripper. That's not what we are.
definitely
No, yeah.
It's okay if it's like funny or if it's something that's like interesting, but you don't want to like ruin people's
You don't
lives.
want to
for
hurt
sure.
anybody. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the
that's
thing
not
is
the
that
goal of this.
everyone who wants to like give us money for these like events, they all want to have a say in how it is, and we just won't give it to them.
But
Like,
that's
we don't
also
wanna
why
do
we
that.
haven't taken money from anybody.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what I'm
like
saying.
my buddy Zach paid for Portland for the most part. He's literally like he took me in when I got kicked out of my house. He's one of my best friends, and he paid for that. Like, and another friend of mine that has a record label up there, mostly for exposure. He opened up his mansion to us, and so he opened up his mansion to us there in Connecticut. The guy that I met here in Beverly Hills, he opened up his mansion to us there. He was just an older dude who had a lot of money and seemed bored and liked the idea. And he also gave us
that was the easiest one. He gave us
Yeah.
money, his
Yeah.
mansion, no problems at all.
He let me sleep in
He
his
was
son's
he was
bed.
so great.
He was like he had maybe
Like,
a
he did
crush on
everything
Joe.
for us.
Actually, I don't think so. I think that got twisted. But anyways,
Sure.
who knows? Now Andre and them opened up the house to us this time, so it's like we've taken from people for sure, but like as far as like getting the cast to invest and stuff like that, we've avoided that because we don't want to have to, you know.
We want the cast to have a good experience. You know?
Why do
Not
you
to pay
think
for the
then?
experience.
That's good. Why do you think? And maybe this answers the question. Why do you think? Like you said, how many reality stars did you have? You said 30 plus, 35 plus. Why do you think people want to come and be a part of this? Like, what do you think that they? What draws them?
Shit. I mean, like Jasmine said, she was a fan, right? Before everything, and whatever it is that she thought was cool
wanted to
about us,
party.
she just wanted
Yeah.
to come turn up.
It's
and
just
party.
fun. Like we make it like a really good vibe. Like, we make sure like that they're taken care of. Like all the alcohol is free. Like I mean, it's like it's Are You the One food. You know what I mean? It's like house food. It's not like we're catering with like gourmet
Hot
stuff.
Pockets.
Yeah.
Right.
The amount
It's
of
like-
hot pockets
yeah,
I
Hot
ate.
Pockets.
Yeah.
Like
Easy
I
Mac.
probably the whole box is inside of me.
We make sure there's snacks and food
Burgers,
and alcohol
hot
and
dogs, hot
burgers and
dogs.
hot
We
dogs.
just barely
and,
keep them alive.
Right.
and
Yeah.
weed and alcohol and like everything they can. You know what I mean? We make sure it's fun.
It's uncensored also, so yeah, like weed and
Right.
shit's always gonna be involved, and that's cool.
We
too.
smoke. Everybody smokes
Yeah,
a lot.
man. It's like,
But it's a good, bottom line. This is a good vibe.
It's a good vibe.
Yeah,
It's just
Good
absolutely.
vibe.
Every
People
So if you
come.
have a bad vibe, you're like totally
It's
not
your
welcome.
fault.
You're
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
It's not for you.
yeah, it's just not.
It's not
the
for
thing to
you.
do. Yeah.
And
How many people did you have in attendance this particular time outside, like
party?
total?
For
Yeah.
the event?
Yeah, for the event.
150.
150.
Yeah.
We had 50 people on our guest list. We opened it up to RSVP for like, you know, girls who wanted to come like a week or so before, because everyone outside of this was basically saying it was going to flop. Like some people that are close to us were even saying it was going to flop. Like no one's going to come to your party. It's in the valley. You're not going to make any money. You're not going to get any good footage, whatever. They're just going to flop. So we were like, just like, fuck, like you're one of my best friends saying that. So we're going to let 50 girls come for free. So we opened up a guest list a few weeks ago now. So we had like 50 people get in for free on the guest list. We had everybody gets a +1 pretty much, and that was 35 plus actually probably 2. And then we probably sold about 75 tickets or so. And so
Like
overall,
pre-sale, yeah.
well, we sold 50 pre-sale and then probably 25 at the door.
We could have blew it out of the water, but we wanted to keep it contained.
Right.
Yeah, and then so we jacked it up like the day before and at the door to $100 to get in, which isn't crazy for New Year's, but still, it was like, you know, driving to the Valley and paying $100, even though it was a fully open bar, we didn't want more than 200 people to come. So I would say we had about 150 people plus cast, probably about 185, 200 people at the party.
And when can people start expecting to see, you know, episodes dropping on the?
So that's the
That's
thing.
the crazy part.
That's the crazy part is that we still don't
here's the
have this
twist.
locked in. We use fucking Ethan's old hard drive that he's been using for God knows how long, and it crashed.
Oh,
It didn't
All the
crash.
It's just not working.
It's saying it's not recognized. It's not recognized.
So we have 4 days of footage: the fights, hookups, makeouts, fucking everything, parties, weed, all the shit you could possibly want to see. And right now we can't read it.
Get it? Gotcha.
So actually, as soon as this interview's over, we're taking that to a shop, and if we can get that back, I would expect people to be able to start seeing footage in about a month. We have a few hundred hours of footage to edit.
Okay.
And if it never, if we can't get it off the hard drive, then
Then
I
this
don't
is
know.
the interview to watch.
This is yeah, from here.
Yeah.
So that being said, well, let's hope that we get it.
We have to
Yeah,
pray, and
obviously.
everybody watching
Yeah.
this, please send us good energy.
Yeah.
Because you know that the prayers are what changes things.
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers.
Right.
Yes.
As a country, we know that thoughts and prayers is what makes a difference.
Yeah.
Real quick, what would you say, and anyone can answer this, what would you say was probably the craziest thing that happened this weekend that you can say?
I wish
that
I
you're
could
willing to say?
answer this, but I can't.
That you're
I
willing to
can't.
say. That you're willing to
That we're
say.
willing to say
Willing to say.
Joe got a tattoo.
of Mikala's first initial that I'm going to tell my mom is for her when I get home.
Really?
I think.
His mom's name is Karen.
Oh, gotcha.
But
Okay.
mom is spelled with an O.
Okay.
There's one girl who ended up as a cast member of Relevant TV without even knowing, and she came through and she was like, she made out with me, and then she was making out with Brett, so that's like 2 things, and then Jasmine yells at her.
Oh yeah, I yelled at her.
And all of a sudden, she's
yelled
like
at her.
the
I
star.
forgot about that.
She might be the star of episode 3.
She just was there like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
I don't know why.
then
Like
she came
I
back.
didn't know. I didn't
came
realize what was going on, and all of a sudden, like she started yelling at him, and I'm like,
Don't yell at
"Excuse me!"
him.
Right.
And I was like, first off, you're trying to turn this argument around because you got with 2 people, and I was. I was just trying to defend you.
I
I felt a part.
appreciate that.
I felt a part of this family, and then I was like,
You are a part
I'm
of it.
yeah. I was like,
She was like, we don't do this here. I was like, oh god.
yeah. She came the next day, and she was like, I feel like everyone hates me, and I'm like, I didn't even know you were there, but if I would have
Well,
seen
she
you,
came back the
Right.
next day, so.
She did.
I mean, and the thing is, she already started her own YouTube channel like
really?
after that, so she's
Shut up.
like
What it's like to
within
be
less
there.
than 24 hours. It's already recorded, edited, put up on
crazy.
YouTube.
Man.
She was
But-
trying to make
Yeah.
herself
So they're our
known.
fans.
Yeah.
We had people hooking up with people and then hooking up with other people while people were still there that may or may not make it on there, but crazy shit happened, period.
Is the stripper
It's
gonna
like-
be on there?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh my
Yeah, that was one of my favorites.
I'm gonna say this. I hope that this footage gets out
Yeah.
because
She was
I
crazy.
wanna
Went
see
down.
this is crazy. It goes down.
It's
Yeah,
gonna happen.
but we do have to end the interview. But yeah, I'm so glad you did this. Shout out to Relevant TV.
Thank
you
you.
guys are dope. I'm excited to see where this goes and to see how you can continue doing this. And definitely we'll have you back when you get some more stuff going on and kind
You're
of do
gonna want
another
us back
interview.
after this episode.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Well,
and
here's
kinda
one thing
talk
I will
about that.
say: if we get that footage off the hard drive, and while things are uncensored and it's uncensored, I don't know if the whole weed thing is gonna be an issue, but a difficulty with monetizing our content on YouTube is being uncensored and
Right.
saying fuck all the time and all
Right.
that kind of stuff. So we might try it out, like putting like a chicken noise, because that's what she calls me, like a baka or something like
Gotcha.
that, over fuck, and
Okay.
see if we can monetize this stuff.
Monetize it that way.
And if we can get, we'll make like 4 25-minute videos if we get the footage.
Right.
And 4 25-minute videos, if we can get like 350 to 500,000 views per, that will cover costs for this
Gotcha.
and potentially the next one.
Right.
So, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to see
Absolutely.
more.
Definitely subscribe to the
Yeah,
YouTube
subscribe.
channel. That
Subscribe.
shit makes a
Relevant
big
TV.
difference.
Relevant
Yes.
TV.
TV.
And so
On
that being
YouTube.
said, that'll be where we'll make the money back
Right.
that we lost here, and we'll continue to do this, and
Boom.
it can only get better.
There it is. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Relevant TV is how it goes down. AfterBuzz TV, spotlight on. I've been your host, Slim Gonzalez. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, everybody in the live chat. You can find me everywhere at The Poet Saint. Also, check out my website, stayonthemic.com. Joe, where can they find you?
Prince of Norway or relevant.tv on
Yes.
pretty much everything.
Yes. Ethan.
E-Money makes babies.
Yeah.
You can find me at Andre Siemers with a period in between that or on our own. That's
Yes.
it, on our own TV.
On our own TV.
Big shout out to
Jasmine, where can they find you?
Jasmine 2E's Rodriguez, and that's on
Two
Instagram.
E's.
Yeah, 2E's.
Yeah, 2 E's, 2 E's.
Mikala Thomas with 2 S's on pretty much everything.
Yes. Till next time, we will see you. Make sure you stay relevant because that's what we're doing. Peace.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.